The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And sadly, it's time to pour one out for another Chicago icon out there. And this is not a long-standing thing, and maybe you didn't participate, but the spirit of this is so Chicago, no matter where you live. If you live in Naperville or Schaumburg or Chicago Heights or Gurnee, whatever, you should still appreciate this for what it's uniquely Chicago that was created by Chicagoans, and the city is shutting it down, or in the way they're shutting it down by making it impossible to run with the money they want. So it is the Friday Morning Swim Club. Now, may not know what this is, but I'm sure you saw videos on WGN TV in the morning. This happened last summer. Every time in the morning, they did it on Friday mornings, and it was at Montrose Beach. And it was created by two people, Andrew Glatt and Nicole Novotny. And it kind of arose out of the pandemic where people weren't getting together. And they said, why don't we meet up with a couple friends on Montrose Beach where there's a curvature of the concrete there. You can kind of jump in the water and get back out. There's ladders. And let's just meet there on Friday mornings. Let's hang out. Everybody's working from home right now. Let's do that. It turned into a crazy social media thing where thousands of people would come, and you have to bring a floaty to get in there.
You gotta bring a floaty.
You gotta bring a floaty.
Hello.
Yeah. Duh. So the videos and pictures of it were just outstanding, and it represented Chicago to me when you see it because, well, I have family out of town.
People floating on a beach. Like, what do you mean it represented Chicago? No, this is the image that comes to mind.
Let me put it this way. So my wife's family's from Philadelphia, and some people, you may not be aware, if you talk to enough people outside of Chicago, they are not aware that Chicago's on the water. When you go, I can't wait to go to the beach. And what are you talking about? What beach in Chicago? It was Lake Michigan. Yeah, but that's just a little lake. No, it's like the ocean. It's amazing. And our beaches are some of the best.
Like the ocean.
It is. And some of the best beaches in the country without fact. Oak Street Beach just got nominated to be top 25 beach, even over some in Hawaii. So the city now, not happy with this. Last year it came about where they were like scared someone's going to get hurt, but that's also a true factor with thousands of people jumping in the water with floaties, but they always did it on good days. They didn't do it on days when the waves or, the weather was really bad, where the waves can get really tragic over there. You got to be careful on the lake.
They weren't diving with gale force winds afoot?
No, they were not doing that. They were
I don't know why not. They had floaties.
That's true. It'd be like the biggest wave pool ever in a way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you can't do that because Lake Michigan's very dangerous when that happens. So the city said, no more. They tried to make it work last year. They sent out some police, actually, last year when they were doing one of the last ones to say, hey, you'll get...
popping floaties? Beating them with the nightsticks, the floaties? Not up in here.
Those are real popular at Walmart. You can buy those. So eventually now they said, okay, let's work with the city and try to make this happen, the two people that run the Friday Morning Swim Club. Well, now the city said, you can do it if you secure permits for $108,000.
So exactly. So they just want to make money off of it. They're mad that this big of a thing's happening for free. That's what they're mad about.
Yeah, first they said,
two people are having fun without spending money.
Yeah. They said it was a safety issue until a $108,000 paycheck came up. Oh, yeah, you can get your permits there. Now, they did say...
Well, obviously, the second you pay the money, it's safe. It ensures safety.
Well, they also then said, but you got to also hire lifeguards, rent Portable toilets for all the people, add security for another $268,000.
What happens if you do just randomly show up and there's that many people there? Like, that's not illegal.
Well, the organizers canceled it because they don't want the people that started doing this to actually start getting citations and get arrested. They said, we're just going to pull it because we don't want our friends and people that just turned into this joyous thing to turn into a fight with the police and with the city of Chicago. We don't want it to turn into that because there's already behind the scenes it became that.
All the problems in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they're like, these happy people with the floaties, we got to address this first.
Happy people with floaties is a great way to describe what this is.
Yeah. We got to send in all of our forces, pull them out.
That's right.
Pull them out of all the other projects we got going on.
You know those tanks?
Like drug issues.
Yeah.
And let's send them down to the happy floaties.
Those tanks they have to knock down, like, go into a house, they probably would send those.
I don't think they said have tanks to knock down our houses.
They do. They have those tanks.
They have house tanks?
They do.
I feel like they don't.
You ever seen the beginning of Straight Outta Compton? When Eazy-E is...
Yeah, but, okay.
We have those, too. Not just L.A. We have those tanks with a battering ram on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised we do.
Yeah, well, got to get in that house somehow.
This no-knock war is not going to serve itself.
I don't think you heard us. There's a bunch of happy people with floaties.
Yeah,
of course we need that tank.
And Case would
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, Case would be the one driving that tank, clearly.
I would not be the one driving the tank. I've said this to Brian and Kenzie a number of times.
Off the air
Over the last year. I just don't get this one. And I'm not saying these people can't have fun. More power to them for coming together as a collective and jumping in the water. I have never, and now because it's over, will never understand the mass appeal that this event had.
He's also watering this down a little bit.
Yeah, how about you say...
Say what you said off the air and go.
Say it with your chest like you did off the air.
Get it out there.
Are you running for mayor after this? Because say what you said, Case.
What did I say?
He doesn't want to say it like he says it off the air where he said,
don't these losers have jobs? Is what he said. How are all these people not working every Friday morning? Is floating around. Nobody wants to work anymore. So shut up, Case.
No, that's the exact quote. That's the transcript.
Don't these losers have jobs, is what you said.
That's the quote.
Never once did you say, more power to them. I just personally don't want to float.
Never said that.
Never came out of your mind.
Never said that.
I think you said you hope a tidal wave comes. It takes out all the people who don't want to work anymore.
Also part of the transcript.
Yeah.
Of Case off the air on this.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my God. You wanted to drop a bomb on the beach for a year.
And the funniest thing is Case is the youngest guy in the show at 25 years old, but he became a boomer when this thing happened.
I don't know. It's 9 a.m. on Friday morning. Don't we have some calls to make? Is there not an email to answer? Why are we in the water right now?
It was so funny to hear Case take the boomer take on this one.
It was such a boomer take.
This was one of the
As
most...
if everybody's got to work at the same time. Like, they could be coming off their overnight nursing shift.
Oh, I'm sure.
Saving
I'm
lives.
sure.
And they want a refreshing dip in the water after all that.
Every nurse wants to go home and then swim in Lake Michigan. That's
Why
exactly
not?
what they want to do.
Why not? Why don't they want to do that?
Know?
I talk to nurses. I know.
Oh, you shouldn't be talking to nurses. You have a girlfriend.
Yeah, you don't talk to nurses.
There can be male nurses.
So here's the thing.
You could cheat with a male, too.
Fair enough.
There you go.
This was one of the most joyous expressions of Chicago and showing it on the lakefront of what we have to the world, because this went worldwide, went viral, and now it's shut down because the city wants $368,000. And Case is on the side of the city.
Oh, where's the tank at?
No,
Give me the tank.
Bring in the tank!
If any of them had a job, they could pay for it.
That's right. Oh, God.
Pay for the permits.
I don't know how you guys feel about something like this. Maybe you have an opinion as well. Maybe you side with Case on this, or maybe you side with me and Kenzie on this. It was a joyous, glorious thing showing off Chicago, and it's canceled by the city because a shakedown. That's why it got canceled.
Absolutely.
It was a total shakedown. They could have sent a couple lifeguards out there to oversee things. Instead, it became, it's not safe until you give me $368,000.
Well, it makes it safe.
Yeah, it makes it way safe. Totally safe.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we're just talking about the story of the Friday Morning Swim Club essentially getting canceled by the city. The people that put it on, this was people that go swim at Montrose Beach on Friday mornings in the summer. It started off with a couple friends doing it. Now thousands of people go down there with floaties. It's a beautiful sight for Chicago and people just having fun on a Friday morning before they go to work. They actually do work. Now,
or coming off of work at night.
Either one.
But not Case's opinion.
Or some people shift work and they just don't work Friday morning. They don't work Friday. If you're a cop or a fireman or an ambulance driver, and a lot of times you work 24 on, 24 off, you could go swim in the lake.
It sounds like nobody wants to work anymore.
Well, that's what Chris says. Chris says, Case, quoting you, nobody wants to work anymore. It's such a capitalist, brainwashed BS from Case. Who wants to work? What loser wants to kill themselves, making the rich richer instead of actually, living life?
Amen.
That's what Chris said.
Amen, Chris. I say that all the time.
Hey, we can change the system. I'm not saying we're living in a utopia right now, but I'm aware of what the game is.
You're mad at people having fun though and not
I'm
working.
I'm aware of when working hours are usually.
Yeah.
Our hours aren't the normal working hours.
And you don't see me diving in the pool. I'm here. I'm locked in.
By the way, Corey texted in and said, Case doesn't have the arm strength to float. That's why he's mad. Little bitch arms.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and it's a moment on the show that's been requested by you guys. This is a piece of audio. This happened Wednesday on the show. I was holding on to something to play for Case and Kenzie, and At this point, you'll hear in the discussion that Kenzie hadn't heard it, but Case hadn't said. Case said, you cannot play that. You can't do that. And Case, our producer, I listened to him on the instructions. But then I just thought to myself, no, it needs to be played for the people. And I gave it to you, and then everybody rejoiced. And here it is, a little flashback from Wednesday's show. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I've been dying to play this audio, and Case, the producer, talked me out of it. And Kenzie did too. But I'm gonna veto that right now and play this. Now I want to make this clear. It's a guy that filmed himself in a paraglider, and he's excited, and then he crashes, and he almost dies. But he calls 911. I think the whole 1 minute and 12 seconds of audio, I've listened to this thing way too many times in the last 5 days. And
I've never heard it, so I'm excited. This is a blind reaction.
That's what I want. I want the listeners out there, I think they deserve to hear this and judge for themselves. I want to make it clear. There's going to be laughing in here. I'm not laughing at this guy almost dying in his paraglider because it's sad. He hurt himself. He lived. Okay, he lived. But it just kind of goes a little bit about our society where we have to film everything to show how awesome you are, and then it went wrong, and that's what happened in this audio. Here we go.
Oh, man. 48 miles per hour. Come on, baby. Oh. Hey Siri, call 911.
So he crashes. Okay. Okay, you got.
Okay, hear me out. This would be a great iPhone commercial.
1,000%.
I like, oh my gosh, you can't use your hand.
1,000%.
Because he very calmly after that goes, hey Siri.
You should see the crash. He's flying, like you said. He's happy he went 45 miles an hour.
We heard that.
The thing that all of a sudden gets all tangled, he crashes. Again, he lived. I want to make that very clear. But instantly, like Kenzie's point, hey Siri, call 911. So we'll get back to that part right there again, and we'll continue the audio.
Siri, call 911. Hey Siri, call 911. Call 911. Emergency.
It sounds like he's faking it. He's not. He's really hurt.
It doesn't sound like he's faking
To me,
it.
What part of that sounds like he's faking it?
He's going,
Also, the more of the audio played, it shouldn't be a commercial for iPhone. Siri, it's not working.
well, because he was going, Siri, call 911. Siri, call 911.
Siri, you know he wanted to be like, you stupid bitch.
Why don't you ever listen to me? So it continues. Siri's still not working on calling that 911 anytime
That's
soon.
the sound I make when I have a tummy ache.
You guys are so mean.
Aren't you glad I played it? We're not even to the good part yet. Here we go.
Help!
911 emergency.
Help me, please. I crashed my flying machine.
Was it Back to the Future?
Okay. You guys are.
I crashed my flying machine.
At that point, I'd hang up. I'd be like, another prankster calling 911.
How dare you, sir? We have real emergencies out there.
No, you crashed your flying machine? Yeah, me too.
Oh, my God. Holy cow. I can't breathe right now.
You're actually crying. You're so evil. This man is dying.
I'm not a good person right now. I understand that. I know I'm not good.
We're the Tree of Trust. We're good people 99% of the
We're not
time.
the Tree of Trust. We are live on the radio.
I understand, but all of us.
I yelled at every day for what I say.
All of us-
every day.
All of us together are in this. Like, Chiamaka just texted, I crashed my flying machine. He tells the 911 operator.
911 emergency.
Help me, please. I crashed my flying machine.
Okay, where are you at? So do you know where you're at?
I'm in Enchanted Hills. I'm in the desert. Oh,
Okay, what was it that you crashed?
And she gathered people around. She's like, yo, you got to hear this. Hey, yo, Bill, check this out.
Oh, wait. I have to hear what he says back.
Okay. Yeah, bring up Ted from accounting. He's got to hear this. All right, here we go.
Okay, and what was it that you crashed?
A paramotor.
Let me get you transferred real quick. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Hang up.
That's the end of the audio.
First of all,
Okay.
two things. One, now I understand. What did he call it the second time?
A flying machine. Oh, wait.
No, the second time is a what?
A para...
Crashed?
A paramotor.
A paramotor.
Wait, you like Paramore? I like Paramore, too.
No wonder he said flying machine, because I don't want to break down what this is. It flies.
It is
So I understand it's the description of it, so I understand where he's coming from. Also, if it flies in the air, is it a different department?
She did transfer him.
She's like, oh, sorry, I only do cars.
You know she put him on hold and started dying.
That's like, why is there different departments for emergencies?
She probably dialed in like the drug cops. It's like, hey, we've got a guy tweaking over here. He broke his flying machine.
Oh my God.
Aren't you guys glad I played it now?
You know what, Brian? Great executive decision.
Oh, God.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.